What's up, everybody? Today, full day of eating. I'm not gonna eat in front of you the entire day because that would be stupid. Just gonna show you what I have, what I make for my meals, because I eat 5 times a day. We'll go through each one of those meals, and then maybe at the end of it you can come up with something yourself related to that, or might even just snag it. They're very simple, nothing super complex. I'm gonna go to the grocery store and you'll get to see everything I pick up, what I use it for, and then I'll probably edit it later to show the final result. For the most part, what I do have enough food for here to cook will be my breakfast. Now, for breakfast, it consists of a few different ingredients and just foods that I use in it. Starts off with, we have 2 ounces of ham that we'll use, a little bit of spinach. The spinach, I don't really track it, simply because you need a lot of it to get even just a few macronutrients out of it. So if you use a few leaves, there's no need to track it. Also use shredded cheese here. I only use 1 egg, and then I use 3 servings of the egg whites. So after showing you just what I use, there's also one last thing here. Toast or bread. I basically put in 2 pieces of toast, and then I will use about 21 grams of honey for that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the cooking aspect, and you can see the final result.
I'm tossing in bed, can't sleep in basements, live in the wasteland below. It's all in our head, fear and frustrations, chest pain sensations, I know.
Really quick, I want to show you guys my post-workout stuff here. So, let's see. Okay, so pretty much I use what it is here, Pure Whey Protein Isolate from First Form, so it's Formula 1, and then pretty much it's orange dreamsicle flavor, which is really good. I got it at S2, of course, but I use 2 scoops of this, right? It also helps with getting my protein intake for the day. So, and I weigh it out just in case here, just to make sure I have the right amount. But it's 54 grams total. Ignition, which basically just glycogen supplement. The way that it was explained to me by Maxwell and Chase, who you met in my body comp video, is that basically the glycogen acts as a boat that carries the protein recovery where it needs to go to the muscles that need it. But the nice thing about First Form's protein post-workout supplements and stuff is that legit you can just drink it with cold water and it tastes amazing. Like, you don't need milk or anything. It doesn't even taste like protein. Definitely I recommend those supplements. They're very key. Obviously, like I mentioned, if there's an S2 in your area, definitely check them out to get your hands on some of that. Alright, so currently, me and my special guest for today, Gigi, say hi.
Hey, y'all.
We're gonna go to the grocery store, and she's gonna help me out a little bit with some camera work, and then we're gonna go through and show you everything for the most part that I'll be picking out for my day-to-day eating schedule, and then I'll probably cook it up later and then show you the final results. Should be fun. Wait, that's my middle finger. There you go. Alright, we are at Aldi, and we're gonna get going. There's a lot of people to get through, so it might be a fact. whole wheat toast for the mornings. However, in my previous video, I already got 2 of these, so we're not gonna waste time on this. But just so you know, that's what I usually get. Okay. So basically with meats, I always go for the 90% lean and 10% fat, simply because if you go with one of these, you could go with this and it's much leaner. However, it's also much smaller and much more expensive. So, this is pretty much the staple for most of my food. I think like 3 out of the 5 meals I have are beef, so I gotta get like 4 or 5 of these. 4. So yeah, like I said, pretty much that's what it is. I always go for chicken breast in the family pack because obviously it's bigger. So that's what it'll look like here. And then pretty much you can see the nutrition facts: 3 grams of fat with 21 grams of protein. The beef itself will be 11 grams of fat, 22 grams of protein. Again, you can always buy leaner, but the leaner it is, the more expensive it is here. One last thing I'm gonna get is pork chop slices. Why? Because these are actually pretty decent in terms of fat and protein. It's a very good comparison here, so I'm gonna go ahead and buy one of these as well. Each beef container gives me about 6 to possibly 7 servings or meals. And so I need extra ones, obviously, because I have 3 meals with ground beef a day, so it kind of balances out. Let's see. Extra fancy. It's probably extra expensive. Okay, so usually I'll use minute rice. It's got like 38 grams of protein, or of carbs, and 4 grams of protein. And this one's just a little off by 2 grams here, so we might go with this. So instant rice. Now,
Sponsored.
not sponsored. So I gotta make sure because they're giving me no money. So we'll just do.
They just send you a lifetime supplies of rice.
Oh, that would be beautiful. I would do that all the time. Okay, we got our meats. We have our rice. And then lastly, one other thing that I use a lot for my meals is mixed vegetables. Just get vitamins in there as well. So we'll go ahead and grab that real quick. And then this is the honey that I use. I already bought one the other day, but this is usually what I will use for my toast in the morning, as I showed you the other day. Vegetables, pretty much. I have like a good tray of these at home, but for the most part, 0 grams of fat, 7 grams of carbs, 1 gram of protein, which is not the best, obviously, but it's better than quite a few things here. I think we're set. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and dip over here.
We're getting more.
We might be getting granola because I love granola, like with the passion.
I like it in my oatmeal.
Smart.
That looks fire.
It does. It just has a lot of carbs in it. Screw it, we'll just buy a bag of granola and see if I get it. Oats and honey or cinnamon?
You can never go wrong with oats and honey.
True. Alright, let's do it. Some banana peppers.
Yes.
You just gotta diversify a little bit and just try new things.
We're looking at more stuff.
We'll buy potatoes too.
Potatoes.
Alright, so the total came out to be $82.42 or $83.08, which is pretty decent considering the amount of stuff we got. Again, it would have been a little bit more pricier, but there were a few more things that I did not get today that I got a few days ago, such as the protein wraps, the bread, ham and cheese, and stuff like that. Okay, so that was a quick little trip. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It was pretty painless. And like I said, there's a few more things that we got a few days ago, so I could just show you that once we go into the cooking and whatnot. But for the most part, just to recap the grocery store trip, We got 4 containers of ground beef. That's 90% lean and 10% fat. We got 2 trays of chicken breasts, a carton tray of mixed vegetable cans, and then what else? Potatoes, granola, and rice.
Banana peppers.
And what?
Banana peppers.
Oh, and banana peppers. That's extra stuff you usually don't get, but like, you know, sometimes you go into the grocery store and you just see things like, oh, this might be good. So it's nice to just differentiate your meals. That way it's not the same thing every single time. Yeah, we're gonna go drop off Gigi, and then we're gonna go cook. All right, guys, so we are back from the grocery store, or I am at least. Gigi had to leave. I'm gonna go ahead and start cooking up the food here, what I got, so I could show you how I usually go about my meals and what they look like towards the end. The first thing we'll cook here will be the ground beef, because it is definitely the easiest to get through. So again, just a reminder, 90% lean, 10% fat.
Try to isolate, side to cyberspace. Now I found another level, no I'm not a saint. Hating my mistakes, all the angels wait, but I'm dancing with the devil. Dancing with the devil. Dancing with the devil. I'm tossing in bed, feeling I'm vacant.
While the beef is cooking itself right there, I am going to take the opportunity right now to start cooking the peas. Basically, this is one of the vegetables that I actually enjoy eating, so I'll use it as a, or just one of the options for the meals that I eat with ground beef. You'll see later, you know, obviously we bought these mixed vegetables. We'll start cooking those here in a sec as well. We're getting prepared for the other meats or the other meals that have ground beef in them. Ground beef is mainly a staple in my meals, as you can already tell, because we bought so many of them. So I differentiate it or change it up a little bit with the vegetables. Yeah, for the most part, if you like eating something and it's solid, it's a staple, keep at it. Just mix it up a little bit. So you may or may not be wondering about the pork chop slices that I bought. Pretty much these serve as a substitute in case if I don't want to eat ground beef one day. I'll substitute it for the pork chop slices. It's actually a nice substitute because it's lower in fats. As you saw, it was 4 grams of fat and then 25 grams of protein. So it serves as a somewhat backup substitute type thing. Okay, so now we're going to start putting the ground beef into containers. And pretty much what we're going to have here is just 4 ounces of beef, and then we're going to add 2/3 of a cup of peas. So you're going to see me here just start lining them up in containers. Alright, so now we have all of what I consider meal number 2 on a daily basis completed, which is the 4 ounces of beef with the peas. We're going to go ahead and start making the meals numbers 3 and 4, which will be, again, 4 ounces of ground beef, but with mixed vegetables. And I've gotten started on that, and then once that's done, I'll go ahead and start just frying up the mixed veggies a little bit. One thing I will add in, though, and you heard me talk about this already, is that for meal number 2, which I show you just here, I use protein wraps here. You can get this at Aldi's, but they've got the 12 grams of protein with 7 net grams of carbs. But pretty much, again, it's just an added bonus and makes the meal taste a little bit different. It's a nice add-in. And like I said, we're getting meals 3 and 4 prepared here, and we'll start frying up the veggies. Okay, so the veggies are done. I mean, it just looks the same really, but they're all steamed up now. So we're gonna line them up with all of the meals we have here. Again, it's gonna be 62 grams, just half a serving. And then from there, we'll move on to the chicken. But I'm not gonna spend the time baking the chicken right now, simply because it'd be a long video. So I'll just walk you through what it is I do with the chicken I eat. Pretty much the last thing I'll show you guys here is just how I would prepare my chicken. So with preparing the chicken, I bake it for 35 minutes at 400 degrees, right? And then with the chicken, I'll just add on the seasoning that I have. It's called Kansas City barbecue rub. But yeah, just sprinkle on there, it tastes really good. And then I'll do a serving of dry rice, which is half a cup, and I'll cook that on the stovetop and pretty much let it fluff up, put it in with my chicken, and then just to top it all off, I will add some Chick-fil-A honey mustard to it, given that it has 14 grams of carbs, but I use half a serving because one serving is 35 grams, and 35 grams of sauce is a lot. Besides that, those are the main 5 meals we have set out throughout the day. We have the breakfast that I made this morning, ground beef and peas with the protein wrap, again ground beef with mixed veggies, ground beef with the mixed veggies again, and then meal number 5 being the 4 ounces of chicken with the rice. And in between somewhere there, I'll also have a First Form protein bar heated up so that it tastes like a brownie, pretty much same texture. Max taught me this trick, but if you want to try that, definitely get your favorite kind of protein bar and do that little hack. But that's pretty much my main eating schedule. Again, I didn't want to walk you through everything because it would just be a lot to handle and to just observe. So for the most part, that's it. Yeah, maybe you can pick something up from that or give you an idea for something else, but for the most part, that's it. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week.